If you're on the fence about if adult content or touching yourself constantly is having a negative impact in your life, or if you're struggling with trying to break that addiction, then watch this video. Because after I go over these reasons why you should be on NoFap, you're never going to want to do any of those things ever again. But you already know who it is, so let's get right into it. Reason number one to be on NoFap is you're going to preserve your masculinity. So, what you don't see is that every time you go into those cycles of touching yourself, consuming adult content, you're literally leaking masculinity. Like, literally, you're slowly degenerating and becoming overall more of a degenerate. And the more you consume that content, the more you go into the deep end. What do I mean by that? Is by you won't get satisfied by the stuff you got satisfied originally. You're gonna need more and more of a stimulus as you continue to go on. So you might have been attracted to a lot of the vanilla stuff in the beginning, but the more you consume it, you're going to be attracted to more raunchy, more extreme stuff, more weird stuff. And you might end up, being someone who is out here consuming furry stuff, or being out here exposing yourself to people just to get that dopamine hit because you're a degenerate. You're literally leaking your masculinity. You're becoming less of a man. You're doing less of masculine things overall. Just think about just the series of watching porn. Well, let me break it down like this, bro. You're watching another man pleasure himself with a woman you want to be pleasured by. Just think about this. You're literally that guy sitting in a corner of the room watching someone pleasure the woman you want to be with. Now, when I break it down like that, it sounds crazy, right? You're practically a cuck. You're practically a cuck, the little cuck. You're the man sitting in the corner watching another man pleasure the woman you want to be with. Does that sound very masculine to you? Would a masculine man sit there and watch the person that he wants to be with be pleasured? Or would he go out there and find that woman to pleasure him himself? You're literally setting yourself up to be less masculine. Let's not even go into the attributes. There's a whole bunch of studies and different stuff out there about how constant touching yourself, ejaculation, lowers your testosterone. But just think about it like this, bro. Are you really that masculine of a man if you're sitting there behind a phone screen watching someone get pleasure that you want to receive yourself? So that goes into reason number one. Reason number two, I'm just referring to my notes as I go on this, is that you'll have an improved sex life by being on NoFap. Literally. The thing about constantly consuming adult content, constantly aligning your dopamine receptors with that adult content is that as you keep doing it, as you build up that addiction, your dopamine receptors are going to be attached to the screen, and you're literally going to need to consume that content to get pleasure, because your dopamine receptors are fried at this point. Your dopamine receptors are completely fried, and once you actually do get a woman in the bedroom, you won't be able to perform well because all of your stimulus is attached to what you see on the screen. She's probably not going to do what you see these adult content creators doing on the screen. She's probably not going to do what you see from these tapes that you downloaded for the internet. But your brain doesn't understand that. It's already attached, like I go into the first point, those probably extreme things that you've probably been watching, or at the very least, it's attached to that type of stimulus that you built up for yourselves from that phone screen, and you can't seem to get pleasure or even get a full-on erection without opening up that phone screen and looking at that content, right? So an adult woman, an actual woman, won't be able to pleasure you like how you are pleasured on the phone screen. So do you really want to have your sex life attached to videos on the internet, or do you want to actually have a healthy sex life with actual women? Decide for yourself which one you want to do. And reason number three, man, and I'm telling you, boy, if this is only the third reason, but if no other reason makes you want to get on NoFap other than this, I don't know what to tell you. This was the biggest reason for me. And it's literally the fact that you will have more energy throughout the day. Every single time you go through that cycle and you finish, how do you feel? You feel completely drained of energy. You feel completely groggy, tired, moving very sluggishly throughout the rest of the day. And it even leaks on to the next day because since you depleted that energy from that day, you need even more sleep to compensate for the next day. And if you're still getting the same amount of sleep, you're gonna end up feeling groggy. It's gonna bleed into the next day, bro. So you're still going to feel bad for 2 days in a row, right? So just think about if you're doing that multiple times a week. You're literally spending all your life feeling at with a low tank of energy, feeling 50%, not feeling 100%. You aren't able to be as much of a man as you need to be because men get out, men take care of responsibilities, men do things, and you're not going to be able to do things efficiently if you're not operating at 100%, and you need your full energy to operate at 100%. As someone who works a manual labor job, bro, it's literally a world of a difference versus if I am literally feeling with a full tank of gas or feeling a little groggy because of that bad decision I made earlier in the day, right? So, how are you going to build yourself up to be the best person possible if you don't have your full on energy that you need to operate as you would if you didn't do any of that stuff? And that goes into the number four. You're going to be more productive and have more time throughout your day because not only you're going to have more energy, you're literally going to have more time to do things because you're not spending hours looking for that perfect video to get your rocks off to. You're going to spend time actually doing what you need to do. You're going to build that business. You're going to go out, actually talk to that girl. You're going to spend time with friends. You're going to spend time with family. You're going to meal prep. You're going to go to the gym. You're going to do what you need to do to be the best version of yourself, that version of yourself that you always envisioned that you want it to be. You're literally going to be that if you put all these negative addictions aside, all these instant gratification activities aside, and focus on delayed gratification, which comes from going to the gym, which comes from eating healthy, which comes from actually going out and actually talking to a fucking girl, bro. Actually talking to a freaking girl, bro. That's it, bro. So all that stuff that you're sitting there fantasizing about when you're looking at the phone screen, you can actually be able to accomplish it in real life. That sounds crazy, right? You can actually accomplish that. But you need to get down to business. And the only way you can get down to business is by doing the things that you need to do. And you're not going to be able to do that as efficiently if you're taking out unnecessary time out of your day to do things that are not benefiting you, bro. Literally. You need all the time in your day as possible because the world isn't getting any better. So you either need to get ahead or you're going to get left behind. Because I'm leaving you behind, for sure. And once I'm up and you sitting there every day and you haven't gotten anywhere in life, you're going to be working for me. And I'm going to be exploiting your ass. So you need to get up and get busy. And last reason is probably the most important, but you'll actually see women as human beings. That's crazy, right? You'll actually see women as human, right? You won't just objectify them and see them as this little, sex object that you see on a phone screen every day. That sounds crazy, right? But no, it's actually very important that, you actually see women as human beings because not only would you be able to bond with them better, you will have better success with them. Once you go up and talk to women like they're actual human beings instead of just this sexual object, you'll actually give off a sense of masculinity, a sense of confidence, something that women will actually be attracted to. and you'll be successful. You'll be able to talk to them. You'll be able to attract them. And once you do attract them, you won't just make it to first base. You can make it to second, third, fourth, and be able to have a long-lasting, healthy relationship. That's what we're looking for, right? I know a lot of y'all consume a lot of this self-improvement content so you can, get as much women as possible, but that's not healthy either. That's not healthy either. Because there's something going on with you if you feel like you need multiple women, bro. It probably comes from some type of addiction, or the women aren't fulfilling you, or something mentally is going on with you. But once you find that one woman that is fulfilling you, you'll be good, bro. You can go the rest of your life and be the best version of yourself possible. But you're not going to be able to get to that point if you don't see her as a human in the first place. You're not going to be able to truly build that foundation and have that long-lasting, healthy relationship that you're seeking after. It's just not going to happen, bro. So that's it, man. And honestly, bro, if this didn't inspire you to be on NoFap for, the rest of your life, the time being, at least continuously trying, bro. Like holding yourself accountable, journaling, marking down your streaks, how long you've been going, actually trying not to pull up Batty Hub or EuroMe. Yeah, I know ball. Pull up those sites every single time you get the chance. Then I'm be honest, I don't know what will, man. I don't know what will. And this is a journey for me too. I'm gonna be honest, bro. I'm recovering off of a recent breakup out of a relationship, and it seems like every time I go into that situation where I'm no longer have that access to that female intimacy, then that's when I go back into those negative habits. But I'm recovering from this too, man. I haven't done this for a good minute. And just go back into my previous point, the way I feel right now, how I was able to go into this video and spit this game for you guys, bro, I feel good, bro. I feel good. It's a world of a difference how I felt this past week versus weeks before, where I had been going into those bad habits, those negative cycles, bro. So if you want to go out and actually be the best version of yourself, bro, I talked to 3 girls today, bro. I got rejected by all of them, but hey, game is game. Game is game. So y'all get up out there, do what you need to do. If you found this video helpful, like the video. You're not subscribed already, subscribe. What are you doing, bro? And, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.